Greetings everyone! The Department of Arts and Humanities is excited to present Story Lane, an introspection into thoughts. I am Joanna Vijay Thomas, and with me today I have Ms. Lakshmi from the Department of Arts and Humanities, Assistant Professor. So, on today's episode, we'll be delving deep into the world of anime. Now before we do that, let me give you a little bit of an overview. So anime is a style of animation that originated from Japan, and it's characterized by vibrant characters, imaginative storytelling, lots of colorful artwork, and so on. So as a big fan of anime, you would know that anime has definitely gained a lot of popularity within the past few years.
It has.
So in your opinion, what was one anime or the first anime that you watched which made you want to watch more?
The first anime that I watched, it was when I was in 11th grade, and it's called Death Note.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
You've heard of that? You haven't watched that?
I've watched it too.
You have watched that.
But
okay.
It's like a very popular one.
It's like way too popular.
Yes.
Yeah. So I watched that when I was in 11th grade, and it was basically the complex plot lines and the unexpected plot twists that got me hooked on to it. So I started rooting for Light from the first episode.
Light.
Yeah,
Okay.
for Light. Yeah. So I think you are an L fan.
Yes, I am.
I kind of got that. Okay. So I started rooting for Light from the very first episode, and every time Light was on the verge of getting caught, I was more tense than Light actually was.
Wow.
But Light had it all figured out. That's how Light works. He knows everything. He sees everything. He sees through everything. So he had it all figured out. So I was just getting tense for no reason.
Definitely. He was just a genius.
He was just a genius. It's the definition of genius. So yeah, that was the first anime that I watched, and it did really have a lot of influence on me. So what happened is, I just wanted to watch more to see what else anime has got. So Death Note did offer a lot of complex plot twists and suspense. I just want to know what is more, or what more could anime actually bring in. So that is why I went deep into it, started researching on it, went into IMDb, looked all the ratings, found the top ones, started watching. That's how I got into the world of anime.
Yeah, it would make sense because I feel like in the anime world there's something for everyone.
Everyone, yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. What is the first anime you watched?
Well, the first one technically is Pokemon.
Oh, that makes sense because technically everybody's
first one
anime
is one
was
of that.
Pokemon, yeah.
And if we're talking about a proper anime, I would say Tokyo Ghoul. You might have heard of it.
Yeah, of course I've heard of it.
Because I was rather new to it, I just watched it as it is. And I feel like it's really good to be
It is.
Isn't it? And then I watched
then-
Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay. So you have watched the epic.
Yeah,
And there is
I've watched
nothing
that
more
one.
to it. You have
It's
watched
definitely
it.
like
It's like the epic of the millennium or something. I would just call it that.
So it's a really popular anime.
It really is.
And speaking on the lines of popularity, what is one anime that you feel everybody likes, but you don't really like?
Okay, this might be the most unpopular opinion ever. There is something called Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
And there is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as well. So these are both based on the same manga. And Full Metal Alchemist, what happened is that they deviated from the manga plotline and they started doing it by themselves, and finally they messed it up. I would say they messed it up, but Full Metal Alchemist has a strong fan base, a huge fan base, to be honest. I am a bigger fan of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That sticked onto the manga. It was so dope. It was just brilliant. But when it comes to Full Metal Alchemist, that deviating from the plot line, that sudden finishing off, trying to get it over with, that was kind of messed up. But even though there's a lot of people who appreciate that anime, who love that anime, I just find it very hard to appreciate it. That's it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because a lot of the fans usually read the manga.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
there
they do.
are scenes that they're looking forward to.
Yeah, there are things that we want to see, and when we see something totally different that's not even worth it, it's kind of disappointing. I believe you would say the same with Tokyo Ghoul as
Yes,
well.
I definitely would.
Okay.
But I did read the manga and I find like
So
the anime
you-
hasn't really done justice
Yes,
to it.
that's the thing.
Yeah, it's sad. So, a lot of the times when people think about animes and cartoons, they tend to get really confused. What would you say is the difference between cartoon and anime?
If you're going to the technical side or the origin, for example, if we start with the origin, one is Western and the other is Japanese, that is there. Then the major difference that I have found is cartoons, if you look at it, they are episodic. each episode will be having one small story in which the protagonist, let's take Oswald for example. You have seen Oswald?
No, I have not.
Okay, sometimes I really feel like getting old. But anyway, there's something called Oswald which I used to watch when I was a kid. And it's about a blue octopus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So Oswald is a really great guy. He goes around, he lives in an apartment though. He's an octopus, but he lives in an apartment.
Like an underwater apartment?
Yeah, he has a 5-storied apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he lives. Anyway, Oswald goes around, meets his friends. Some small problem will be happening. He'll be dealing with that. Scooby-Doo, you might be familiar.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes. So every episode will have one. It is episodic. That is, every episode will be having a different plot line, different adventures, likewise.
So you can start from anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. But anime is more like a continuous thing. There is a serious, complex plot line deep in it. From the beginning to the end, it is the same thing. It is not episodic. So it's like a saga. That's anime. That is one major difference. Then coming to the plot line. So as I've mentioned, an octopus living in an apartment, that is basically what you see in cartoon, because the target audience was children, mostly. Under 18, let's just say that. But anime, as you have said, it is for everyone. There is something for everyone. The plot lines, they discuss very complex narratives. For example, racism, genocide, or geopolitics, whatever it is. Everything that is discussed in anime, it is so great. And the plot lines are complicated. You have to sit there, watch it, enjoy it, analyze it. There is something for everyone to analyze. You can do a research on that. If you are into research, you can actually write papers on that. It's like totally a great thing.
So it's a little more in-depth.
Intense, in-depth. That is how it is.
So
have you not felt that?
I do. I feel like when I go back to the animes that I've seen, sometimes I find myself analyzing a lot more than I should.
As you grow older, right?
Because it offers a lot of perspectives, and you can't really say that one side is wrong. It depends on the environment.
Earlier when you said you rooted for L and I rooted for light, can you actually say that light is wrong? Because light had a reason.
Yeah, he wanted
he just wanted to eradicate the bad ones, I guess. But everything, there is a perspective. It's about being subjective.
Yeah, so I feel like you can never really get tired of it.
You will never really get tired of it.
So we talked about how popular anime is growing again, and with the interest in anime, there's also been interest in Japanese culture and its traditions, etc. So how do you think that has affected the soft power or increased the soft power of Japan as a whole?
It has really, really, really increased the soft power of Japan. Japan has become some sort of a cultural ambassador towards the whole world, I would say, like a dream place. Because if you look at it, aspect-wise, we can go with economy, for example. How the anime merchandise is selling. Wherever you go, the clothing brands, or even, what would you say, even the housing interior designing, for example, there are a lot of people who want to design their house as a Japanese household, with setting up the table in the middle and sitting around it for lunch, and even the bedrooms, the way they design it. So Japan has shown Japan has shown to the world something different that everyone wants to take that in. So that is definitely contributing towards the economy. And yes, the respect towards Asian culture. So if you go into it, there is no longer the Oriental power and the Occident power. It doesn't really exist anymore. So yes, it is like the taking over. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense, I guess. And that's good for Japan.
It is good for Japan at least.
Yeah, so now anime, again, it has a lot of different verses, a lot of different worlds, globes, concepts, etc. What is one anime that you feel like you could totally live in? One verse that you would live in if you chose?
I would want to live in One Piece.
In One Piece?
Yeah, why not? Why would you not want to live there?
It seems like a very dangerous...
It's like the paradise. I mean, think of every book you've ever read, every movie you've ever watched, every series you have ever watched, and if you want to live in any one of those, One Piece has it. Because there is no better world building, no better political representation than One Piece. One Piece has it all. Every single thing you have ever dreamt of, it is there. And if you want to have some superpower, just go in. If you want to live in a very structured government setting, abiding by the rules, just go in. If you want to live like a pirate, go in. Again, there is no good or bad in One Piece. Everything is subjective, and that's how the world works.
So you can be who you like.
Just be who you want to be. Just be what you want to be. And enjoy every bit of it, because every island, every single thing portrayed in that masterpiece is unique, diverse, beautiful. I don't even have adjectives to talk about those. That's just
There's no way to
wow.
explain
Yeah,
it.
it's dope. Real, legit dope.
Okay, that is quite new to me, because I was under the impression that One Piece was just a story.
Dangerous.
No, yeah, it seemed like a dangerous world because the main character is a pirate. if
Yeah,
I'm not
he is a
wrong.
pirate. But you must have seen how the main character is.
Yeah, he seems very light-hearted.
Yeah,
I don't
he
feel like
is.
that's something that would come from a person going through so much.
I would say you should watch it. You should
There's
watch
a lot of episodes.
it. There's a lot of episodes, but you have seen Naruto, right?
I have not.
You have not.
I have not.
Oh, that brings me to the question. You have seen Boruto, right?
I have.
And I've heard that you liked it.
I do like it.
Yeah, I understand. We'll have a conversation afterwards.
Okay.
But anyway, I would suggest you watch Naruto. Naruto will help you grow. Actually, there are a lot of people who grew up watching Naruto, who grew up with Naruto. A lot of
Maybe
people.
I'll be able to relate to that.
Yeah, you might be able to relate to that. I guess you might be able to do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then you can have your opinions about Boruto.
Oh, okay. So that was a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, I
man.
had fun talking with you
Yeah,
as well.
I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot of new things.
That
especially
was good, because
about
I
One
am
Piece.
happy that I could enlighten somebody with the thing I enjoy the most. Yeah, that is
Yeah, that's
great,
great.
right?
And I do hope that a lot of our viewers will also,
Get into the world.
get into this world of anime. So that was a wonderful interaction that we had so far. And that's it for today's episode of Story Lane. Please do stay tuned for various other episodes coming next.